What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the bunker. The bunker is here. I am here. How are you doing? Look at what's happening right now. I'm going to make this big. Holy shit. There is a green wall behind me. It's no longer white. I don't know if you noticed that. Slowly but surely. What is this? Why is it doing that? You guys can hear me, right? Everything's okay? Sorry, I'm creating a new thing here, slowly but surely. I'm trying to do this in my garage. I'm thought that I had a strong enough connection. Is everything good? You guys hear it? Loving the sage green. Green is better. Thank you very much. Sounds on. Okay, it's just got that circle of death happening for no reason, apparently. All right, guys. Hey, how are we doing? I have been very busy this week, actually. Making money because I have children. So I'm not exactly up on everything that's going on. So today is going to be a day of exploration. I'm going to be scrolling. We're going to talk about some things. I am up on some of the new things that are happening in Algorand. If you tuned into my Twitter space on Wednesday, I feel like that was a very good conversation. The recording is up on Twitter if you'd like to see it. I'm going to keep on calling it Twitter, folks. I feel like they made a mistake. Old Elon made a mistake, folks. Old Elon made a mistake. So, look, this is the deal with the ReCoop. Before we get started, before I dive in, before we explore the news, and before we give away some X NFT, let me tell you the plans. But before I tell you the plans, I think it's appropriate. You saw that card before I started. I think it's appropriate to shout out my sponsors, the people that make this damn show at all possible. So my wife will let me keep doing it. So if you'd like to sponsor this show and convince my wife that this is worthwhile, then reach out. But I do have some excellent sponsors already. I just want to give a shout out to Gora Network. It's a decentralized oracle on Algorand. They have been longtime supporters of the show. They have been in the Algorand ecosystem for a long time. Exa Market. Exa is an excellent marketplace. They did not tell me to say that, but Exa is an excellent marketplace. And NFTs, they have swaps, they have all kinds of cool shit over there. You can buy, you can list NFTs for Coop, for the Troop. So those guys are good too. I like them a lot. And Messina One, it's a bridge. It's a liquid staking option. They have a lot of different things. They're under the Algo Foundry umbrella. You can do some cool shit with Algo Rye. So check out Algo Rye if you're looking for some interesting things to do in Algorand DeFi. They have some cool vaults there. You can bet against or you can bet for certain tokens like BTC, ETH, and Algo and others. And Twine. There's a little bit of technical difficulties with Devin Diaries getting up. I think it was supposed to be up yesterday, but there was more things that I needed to do that I didn't know I needed to do. But I'm going to do those things, and you're going to be able to check out Devin Diaries at twinestories.com. All right, folks, I think it's .com. You can find it. Follow them on Twitter. Follow all those people on Twitter. They're fantastic. Okay, moving on. So today it's going to be a little fun. Other friends of the show are Algo Mint and Gowana. They created together they created a NFT series called Koopa Troopas. And they're cute. And there's a lot of inside jokes and there's a lot of fun things in that series that revolve around the Cooperverse. You know what I mean? It's a lot of fun. It was really cool. And it's flattering that they are paying homage to what we've been building over here. And I see you guys in this damn audience. We've been building this thing together and you've stuck through all the fits and the starts of the show. And I'm still doing it because of you. I mean, don't get it twisted, folks. The only reason I'm still doing this and the only reason I'm excited to do this is for some of you guys out here that have continuously supported me and made this show possible, right? So it's exciting. You guys took a joke of mine, Coop, and turned it into, even through the doldrums of this bear market, I have not looked. And I think Vestige changed the way that they count TVL. But I have to say that you guys have kept that joke alive And there's many other things that are coming for Coop that I have absolutely nothing to do with. And I don't know if it's public. I know I've read some stuff in chats about some utility for Coop. And yeah. And then, by the way, I mentioned AlgoMint and Koopa Troopas. They tried, or not, maybe it's not they, but XBacked. They tried to utilize Coop. Folks Finance tried to support Coop, and the community, a certain faction of the community, was like, "No Coop for you." You know what I mean? Do you guys have shoes? Does anybody have any shoes? I'm actually not wearing shoes in solidarity with the shoeless. Still, I'm in my dirty ass garage with no shoes. What is going on? What's that noise? Why are you doing that? Oh, it's my charger. Guys, if you're new to the show because you want an X NFT and you're wondering, wow, what is he talking about? Why is it doing that, dude? I don't like it. No shoes. ICP. Edward likes ICP. Rumi is also barefoot, but that's for poetic reasons because he's love Rumi. Rumi's an excellent poet. When I was in college, I enjoyed Rumi very much. All right, well, let's go, guys. Hey, XNFT shoes are rug full, Fred says from Gore Network. I wish that thing would stop beeping because that's pissing me off. But I got distracted. All right, guys, look. Hey. Everything's going to be okay, right? Everything's fine. I think Bitcoin is still up. We're going to look. I've literally not looked. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. It's 11 o'clock in the morning on the Pacific coast, on the West Coast. And I have not looked at prices once today. I have not checked the news at all today. I have scrolled Twitter and I have looked at a Max Kaiser tweet calling Cynthia Loomis all types of names. And I have sort of dug in a little bit on the web wallet, para wallet drama, I guess we can call it, and your guys' love for other things. The Algorand, guys, I just want to say, if you're outside of the Algorand community and you're here today because you saw a giveaway in a tweet, I just want to say that the Algorand community is actually a fantastic community, and they just want things to be right. And they're vocal when they don't feel like it's right. All right, guys. Hey, why don't we get started? I'm going to give away 2 XNFT today. Oh, and I should say what's going on with the show. So this show is back, folks. I am slowly but surely. I've said slowly but surely twice today, and that's ridiculous. But building out this studio, I've painted this wall. You guys like that better? Okay, cool. I need to decorate the wall. There's got to be some homage to plants back there. But the idea is by November 1st, which is this Wednesday, I'll have this built out a little bit better, and I will be able to show up here daily, except for Saturdays and Sundays, to deliver the news, to give you my insight, and to hopefully make you chuckle. But I'll be doing that Monday through Thursday. Now, times are probably a little tentative, but I think this is solid. Monday through Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Friday, I think I'll be doing it around, it'll either be at 10 a.m. my time, 1 p.m. Eastern, or 2 p.m. Eastern. So that's coming back, folks. We're coming back. We're going to do this daily. We're going to have some fun. It'll be a 45-minute to an hour show, and you can keep up with everything with me. And then I'll have guests join me. We'll be doing all types of things. You got it? All right, cool. All right. So before I give away my first XNFT, let's look at the news because I do need to catch up a bit. We'll look at CNBC, which is Venture's favorite. Yeah, we need some wall swag. I do need some wall swag. What we could do is maybe people, there could be like rotating things behind me, like different NFT projects or something like that. I don't know. We're figuring it out. We are so back, Rumi. That's what's going on. Koopa Troopa. All right, so you guys can win a Koopa Troopa. So I don't know if you know what's going on with these XNFTs, but AlgoMint is doing something really cool, and they're mixing up, DeFi and NFTs in an interesting way. Their first version of their first generation of these NFTs were a Pepe tribute, and their second generation of these NFTs is a Coop tribute. You know what I mean? And it's a shout out to the Koopa Troopas. That's it. Which gives you some obvious throwbacks to everybody's favorite childhood video game. So let's be less hateful and have fun with the damn project, because there's a ton of like fun shit in there. Your algo, Jaws, there's a whole bunch of inside jokes for the Algorand community in this thing. I got to get one. I've got to change my profile picture. You guys are going to get one, and we'll do that soon. But if you want to, if you're watching this on Twitter, I got to tell you, if you want to win this, you're going to have to be in the YouTube chat. All right. And by the way, I don't believe these X NFTs are worth a ton of money. What are they, 10, 20 bucks? I have no idea. I'm not looking, but it's going to be all very subjective about who wins. All right. I'm going to try to be fair, but if you think you won and I think somebody else won, then you're going to have to chill. You're going to have to chill. All right. And we're just going to give away a couple of these to people. And I have some questions that probably none of you will know the answers to. And I'm going to have to pivot. It's going to be stupid, and it's going to be great at the same time. All right. So before we move on to that, let's just look at the news. 90A based on price of an X NFT tokens. So there you go. 90A. So you could get one of these right now for 90A. So I'm giving away 2 90As, but don't do that. Use the X NFT token and get a Koopa Troopa and show me on Twitter that you did it. And by the way, if you win and you don't subscribe to this show, if you don't follow me on Twitter, I mean, come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? And there's no chance that you will, based on the questions that I'm asking you, because if you answer these questions, you probably subscribe to my show. All right. But before we do that, let's just go real quick to, let's share my screen. And let's head over to CNBC and see what's going on in the world real quick. All right. Let's go back to CNBC. Palestinian data provider says internet is cut off. Israeli army forces expanding their activity. All right. There you go, guys. So it looks like Israel is making their move on the ground. Let's not talk about that. JP Morgan Chase stock slips after bank says Jamie Dimon is selling 1 million shares. All right. Banks are in trouble. And we know what that has done recently for Bitcoin. So maybe be excited to watch the US banking sector crash. Oh boy. At some point you realize, well, what are we rooting for again? What's going to pump my bags? Oh, the fall of the US empire? I don't think so. I don't think that's happening, folks. I'm not too worried about that. Ford shares are falling. Worried about the costs of their EV plans. Abercrombie and Fitch ex-CEOs sued over sex abuse and trafficking. Interesting. The vibe of Abercrombie and Fitch was a little skeevy. So there you go. Led from the top. Leadership matters. GM and the union may be nearing a labor deal. Cool. All right. Stocks making the biggest news. Chipotle, I have to say, Chipotle in my neighborhood has fallen apart. It's disgusting, and I'm not going to go anymore. That sucks, because that's been a staple of my eating experience. The US 10-year is still below 5, but it's in the green today. Taylor Swift is a billionaire. You guys, I'm not just talking about this shit and you can't see it. No, you guys can see it. All right, we got Taylor Swift. Okay, so you guys right now, we're navigating the news, navigating the noise. Somebody so aptly said early on in this show, when I was doing it, says, I like to watch you navigate the noise. And I thought, well, Jesus Christ, it's pretty well said. Intel's up 10%. That's interesting. All right, there we go. So some of these stocks are doing okay. The Dow, though, is not doing okay, but the NASDAQ is. All right. So the S&P 500 is in correction territory. All right, let's move on from the mainstream news, and let's go to crypto mainstream news and talk coin. Let's see what CoinDesk has got. Okay, so Bitcoin is under pressure today. It's down to 33.6. We'll look at that at Coin Market Cap in a second. Gemini sues Genesis, its former partner, over 1.6 billion worth of GBTC. GBTC has closed that gap between the spot price by a lot. It has performed very well when they won that lawsuit. Let's just look real quick at this article, see what's going on. This is news. All right, Gemini has filed a lawsuit against Genesis over 60 billion GPTC shares that were pledged as collateral. Okay, cryptocurrency exchange in an action. Okay, let's get to this. Would completely secure and satisfy the claims of every. Okay, so in an action filed as part of Genesis bankruptcy case, Gemini is seeking to gain control of the GPTC shares, which Gemini said would completely secure and satisfy the claims of every single earn customer. Genesis has repeatedly taken actions to harm earn customers and to hinder and delay earn users. It is time to resolve these issues so that Genesis may move forward with a reasonable plan of reorganization and Gemini may distribute the proceeds of the collateral to earn users. The filing comes a week after the New York Attorney General Letitia James. She's a general in Elizabeth Warren's anti-crypto army, apparently, is a separate lawsuit against Gemini. Both Gemini and Genesis found themselves in troubled waters, blah, blah, blah. On another point, the Genesis and Gemini have strongly agreed, opposing accusations from the SEC that EARN was an unregistered security. In May, the companies asked the court to dismiss an SEC lawsuit. All right, fine. Moving on. There you go. I read that to you. I hope it sunk in and now you feel more informed about the world. Sam Bankman-Fried says, I made mistakes. A lot of people got hurt. Yes, you did, dude. Yes, you did. You made lots of mistakes. Bitcoin's 14% weekly gain signals end of an era as big tech dumps. Bitcoin catches market cap of Elon Musk's Tesla amid ETF-fueled rally, but traders cautious ahead of Fed meeting. Binance founder CZ's wealth falls about $12 billion. Okay, what the hell is this? What's going on there, CZ? Oh my God, pop-ups. I do have a pop-up, but just like I get threatened every time I go to a new website. They're like, don't you love us? Don't you want us to get paid? Why do you have a pop-up blocker, you jerk? And then I have to deal with that instead. Binance founder CZ wealth probably fell 11. It doesn't matter. 11.9 billion as revenue at the world's largest crypto exchange slid 38%. The drop would see CZ's wealth drop to 17.2 billion. His net worth hit a peak of 96 billion in January 2022. From a peak of 62% of crypto trading in the first quarter, thanks to a zero-fee promotion, Binance's market share slipped to 51% by the end of the third quarter. Binance did not immediately respond. Okay. Something's going to happen to CZ, Justin Sun, and probably Tether. Something's going to happen, but we don't know. And they're taking forever. They're dragging their heels. We'll talk about it a little bit. We'll look at Cynthia Loomis's letter and all that in a second. But right now, we're just seeing what's going on. Maybe find something that I am not aware of. Crypto assets under management jump to 31.7 billion. Soul-based products rise. Okay, I don't care. Craig Wright wins U.S. appeal in $1 billion Bitcoin dispute. That guy's a joke. I'm sorry. Sorry for all of you, all 17 of you BSV supporters that are left. But my God, send that thing to zero. Standard Chartered backed Zodia. Okay, nobody cares. South Korean investors prefer altcoins to majors. Tron to Ethereum. All right. Flocky. I'm not going to read that. All right. There is a lot of news. All right. Well, there we go. We read CoinDesk. We did that. Let's go to the block and see if they have anything. They have anything that they want to do. They want to talk about that they're not talking about. But 33.5. There we go. We still see that. Okay. Kraken names a new UK boss with Halliday set to depart. I think I saw recently this week. I'm not seeing it here. Oh yeah, there we go. It's down here. So we will look at that. DYDX chain to distribute all network fees to validators and stakers. US says some crypto firms are neglecting to stop. Okay, let's look at that. What you got? What you got, US? How are you doing? You guys okay? You guys okay, US? The U.S. has warned some digital asset firms that if they do not act to stop illicit finance for terrorism, the United States and its allies will. The U.S. said some firms in the digital asset sector are not doing enough to stop the flow of illicit finance to terrorist organizations. Speaking at the Royal United Services Institute of London on Friday, U.S. Deputy Treasury Secretary Old Wally said his department is engaging with financial institutions and digital asset firms on steps they can take to prevent terrorists from being able to move money. However, he added that some firms in the digital asset space wish to innovate without regards to its consequences, including protecting against illicit finance. Our expectation is that the financial institutions and digital asset companies will do what we say, basically. If they do not act to prevent illicit financial flows, the United States and our partners will. Okay, what are you going to do? They'll use every tool possible. Okay, on Friday, the U.S. issued a second round of sanctions against Hamas, including the targeting of a Hamas official in Iran and members of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard. Officials in the U.S. called for a crackdown on the use of cryptocurrency. Some crypto services and tokens even help users keep their transactions anonymous. And when law enforcement attempts to trace or block crypto funds, it becomes a game of whack-a-mole. Yes, they do. Things like Monero will keep your transactions anonymous. Things like Tornado Cash and other mixers, they do exist. His comments came as the crypto industry has argued that recent figures being used to portray the scale of crypto fundraising by terrorist groups are being taken out of context. And we do know that there was a Wall Street Journal article recently, and it seems to have been debunked by Chain Analysis and whoever else, that they said some crazy amount of millions were going to Hamas and terrorists, and it was actually in effect $450,000 that ended up being facilitated through it. So maybe they're tripping a bit, but I mean, obviously, crypto is a permissionless system. So there are things that are going to be done that might not be Binance's fault or might not be whoever's fault. I mean, Binance is different because they are a centralized exchange and they're going to have to deal with rules and laws. So that's different. But something maybe like Tether, I don't know. But I'm talking, this thing is going down. Not by a lot, but still, this is in the green or in the red. Anyways, okay, great. So the block said all that crap. Let's go real quick. Let's go back. Let's see if there was anything else. The U.S. is mad. They want to cut off the funds. Kraken is going to share user data with the IRS next month following a June court order. I believe that is all transactions up until 2020 is what I understood from what I read. I won't bore you with all of the details on that right now, but I do believe that if you were trading on Kraken before 2020, the IRS is going to get all that data. Now, do I think, like I saw a CPA with this thread on Twitter, we're not going to go find it, but I saw him talking about, you got to be, he's very, very concerned. But I mean, come on, folks. Unless you're part of the early, before 2020 Lambo crypto class and you were on Kraken, what is the IRS really going to do there? Are they really going to go after your, $1,300? I doubt it, but who knows? Who knows how crazy these people are? Do they even have the means or the talent or were they going to go on the blockchain and just track everything? If you're no KYC, I mean, unless you were a big baller, I have a feeling you're going to be okay, but that is not financial advice. And that is certainly not tax advice. Make sure you do your taxes and you do them correctly, folks. Yep. All right. Stablecoins need to be regulated. Yeah, they probably do. Okay, done. Let's go to CoinMarketCap real quick. What's that noise? I don't know what that noise is. Okay, Pepe is down 6%. Bitcoin is down 1.5%, but still up over 13% over the last 17 days. 17 days? I would call that 7 days. All right. Tether is down. ETH is down. Everything is down. But Bitcoin is still outperforming everything else over the last week. So if you're like me and have been anticipating Bitcoin dominance to grow, you're not so mad. If you've been watching my show, you know that I actually flipped a bit bullish recently. So I'm not giving financial advice, but I am just I will walk you through. Holy shit. You didn't get good advice on Link, that's for sure. Look at that, 43% over the last week. Man, I went to buy that at $5 recently, and I didn't. Should have bought this instead. Oh boy. All right, let's move on. Okay. Hedera is still at 5 cents. People like it. Aptos, I mean, but if you're thinking things need to make sense, I mean, Aptos is up 26%, and there's no reason for Aptos to exist. Changed my mind. Quant is up a lot, 22%. This garbage is down. All right, Algorand at number 50. Underperforming the last week. And down today, like everything else. Down the last 24 hours. Under 10 cents. Oh, man. How's the volume? Volume's like 33 million over the last 24 hours. Low. I think that's pretty low. I think it's usually like 40 to 50 million, not billion. What was what's that noise? All right, Bitcoin, the volume is 16 billion, 16 and a half billion. So that's kind of where it was. I mean, I remember when we were all hanging out having a good time, it was at like 30, 40, 50, 60 billion. Okay, moving on. Let's go back. Are you guys still here? Are you happy? Do you want me to give away something? Let's give something away. Let's check in on the chat. Let's talk to the chat. All right, 10 cents was beautiful. I hear that. What are taxes? 402 Graphics says. All right. U.S. admits Monero works as intended. For real. What are they going to do to shut that down? You can't do anything. I mean, I guess they can force, which they've already sort of done. I don't think Coinbase doesn't support Monero. Where can you buy it? It's truly a game of whack-a-mole, though, right? Like the U.S. thinks that they can do so much with crypto. Oh, we're an anti-crypto army. We're gonna end it. You can't. The world's gonna keep on going. Like, what are you even talking about? Pisses me off. And why is that circle happening? I don't understand why that's doing that. But since you guys aren't complaining about the stream, I guess it's okay. All right. Well, here, my wealth also fell. Yeah, mine did too. And you could tell by how I've been spending my days this week. All of a sudden, I started to realize, you know what I should probably do is make more money, because I have 3 damn kids and they all cost something. You know what I mean? They're getting old. I have a big basketball tournament that I'm going to this weekend. My son is it's like his most official basketball tournament. They're taking stats. There's a whole thing. He has a whole profile online now. So he's taking his little basketball career to the next level. It's definitely one of the joys of my life right now is watching that kid grow as a basketball player. All right, guys. So this is the deal right now. Do you want to win an XNFT? Have you been paying attention to the Devin story? Because if you have, I mean, come on, you guys got to, if you're gonna win a Koopa Troopa, you've got to have been paying attention to the Devin story. So I apologize if you haven't, and it took me a second to remember the answer to this question this morning when I thought about it. But if you can name right now, if you remember Mini Coop shooting hoops, it's really cool. If you can remember this, like it took me probably a minute and a half of me laying in bed, staring at the ceiling, being like, wait, what was that again? If you remember this, I'm impressed. You have a good brain, and you've been paying close attention. So if anybody can answer this, you are going to be the winner of an XNFT, and you'll have to DM me later, and I'll send it to you. But in the story of Devin, he gets captured by the Mexican authorities, and he breaks out of Mexican prison. You remember this? I'm sure you remember that part if you've been paying attention. But on his way trying to escape Mexico, he fakes his own death. And he pretends to be his twin brother. And his twin brother announces that Devin is dead. and there's no more. And all the Mexican authorities can stop chasing after Devin. The SEC, everybody that is going after Devin needs to stop because now he's dead. And so if you can tell me what his twin brother's name is, you win. It's not Kevin, but that would have been funny. I sort of wish Michigan Mids. I sort of wish it was Kevin. That would have been a better answer. Come on, guys. Does anybody know it? Nope. Kevin again. We got 2 guesses of Kevin. Devin's brother. I'll give hints too. If nobody does it, if nobody can say what Devin's twin brother was, then I'll give hints, and then we'll be able to get it. Florida man. That's good. I like that too. Dan, nope. All right. Your next clue, because clearly nobody remembers, is okay. Robin Williams movie. It's a Robin Williams movie that has the name in it. Glitter guy. Yes, his name is David the Glitter Guy. Algo Hicks. Robin Williams movie. Nope. Robin Williams was a doctor or something. I don't really remember the movie. I just remember that it exists. It's like a doctor. No, not Jack. Not Mrs. Doubtfire. Come on, guys. And there was no reason for me. It was, if you watched Flubber. Mork. There it is. Patch. Michigan Mids got it. He got in before you, Seth. Michigan Mids, you win an XNFT. Who are you, Michigan Mids? Do I know you? Are you familiar? You were funny with the Kevin. You were first with the Kevin too. Devin's fake twin brother was named Patch. Now, okay, you guys can stop guessing now. Just relax and sleep. Relax and sleep. His name was Dan Patch. For the love of God. But I have to say that Lord Beluga, old Belugies, came in at the same damn time as Michigan Mid. So I'm giving an XNFT to both of you because they came in literally, it says 11:37 and 52 seconds, and they're both at 11:37 and 52 seconds. So you both get an XNFT. I'm giving away 3 today. Lord Beluga, and by the way, Lord Beluga deserves this. Have you seen the work that he has been doing on Twitter? This man is out here. Give him the CMO job. You know what I mean? Give Lord Beluga that CMO job. He is handsome, he's funny, and he's doing lots of different things. So Lord Beluga, Michigan Mids, you guys both win. All right, Patch is the name. Okay, I was checking the video and your YouTube was talking over it. Woohoo! So you too. Okay, all right. But I would prefer if you guys didn't sell it for 90A and you actually minted a Koopa Troopa. Would you do that for me, please, and post it? And shout out Algo Mint for the cool things that they're building. All right, so let's continue. I'll give another one away. It'll be another hard trivia thing. So think about it. Think about things. There's another. Actually, this one might not be as hard because I feel like it was a popular moment in the show or in the sequence of the series. By the way, I mentioned Devin Diaries before, but that is also this is also, we're giving away Koopa Troopas and we're doing Devin trivia in order to talk about these things because on Twine, the Devin Diaries is going to get kicked off today or this weekend or whenever. Certainly this weekend, by this weekend. Chief Limerick Officer. Lord CMO, right? So if you guys are in the Algorand community, as I know, that it's dicey, right? I mean, it's not dicey. It's great, right? Everything's okay. But it is, the spirit is, I don't know. I don't feel bad, but maybe it's just because I'm not paying close attention. We had Para. You want to talk about some algo stuff? Let's look at some algo stuff. Para had some news today. Let's look at that. Not today, but this week. And they are sunsetting. Dear Algo fam, we're taking a pivotal step to deliver the best mobile experience for your favorite Algorand wallet. Starting December 15th, 2023, Para Web Wallet will transition to read-only, shifting our focus to mobile excellence. All right, so there you go, guys. Should we click on this? I actually didn't even read this. I just read that. Oh God, for the love of God. All right, Para Web Wallet will be read-only starting December 15th. As our journey in March of this year, we identified a gap in the Algorand ecosystem. We were missing an easy-to-use, safe, and secure way to access Algorand on desktop. Para Web Wallet, embodying all the beloved features of Para and enabling easy management and interaction with the Algorand ecosystem, filled that gap. From day one, we were committed to transparency, launching as an open source web application and actively engaging with the community for audits, feedback, and continuous improvement. We understand. You guys can read this Medium article yourself if you want to. But if I'm remembering correctly, Para Web Wallet was launched in the advent of the MyAlgo hack, and they were providing a service very quickly, getting this up to speed so people can rekey their wallets on desktop, have a desktop experience, and they did that very fast and made a lot of people able to rekey very quickly and be able to secure their funds as the Algorand ecosystem was being bled dry by something, a Cloudflare exploit at Rand Labs headquarters. I have no idea what the hell happened. All I know is that it sure seemed like Rand Labs was on their way out, and then all of a sudden they got drained. Oh man, I can't talk about that. I get pissed off, and there's no resolution on this, and we're all expected to just move the hell on while everybody got drained and so many people left our community, and we're supposed to just move on. Pisses me off. Actually makes me angry. Can you tell? Oh, I'm fun. You know what? I'm a fun guy. All right, guys. So Para's doing this. By the way, look. I was grateful for the service, but the Para Web Wallet wasn't my favorite experience. Like, let's be honest. Like, make Para Wallet what it needs to be, and let's move the hell forward. And on the mobile side, and then they have to do this. They were, a web wallet has a lot of attack vectors, and that probably takes a lot of their focus in order to keep that secure for everybody. So they are sunsetting that as DFly is coming up with their own web wallet, which I'm very excited about. And then we have, whatever. I know that a lot of people don't like it or don't want it or don't know what's really going on. But there was a grant given to MetaMask to give something called Snaps. I guess it's a platform that they're letting Algorand use. I have no idea, but it doesn't sound all that exciting. But MetaMask is, I guess, available, or it's in open beta or whatever it is. So that's that. So we definitely need a web wallet. We need for people to be able to connect their ledger, not just a Ledger Nano X, but be able to connect all different ledgers and hopefully other hardware wallets in the future, yada, 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 yada. So Para, keep doing you. I'm not mad at you. Some of people are, but Para has been a good experience for me. I do enjoy their mobile wallet. I know people have connectivity issues. I haven't run into a lot of connectivity issues recently, so it hasn't been so bad. All right. So what's next? I was talking about this recently on my show, I was actually in the space about Algorand Labs. Do you guys know about Algorand Labs? Algorand Labs, blockchain, Big Bang. We empower the digital evolution of institutions, communities, businesses, and markets. I'm pretty sure Algorand Labs is where Silvio's attention is, folks. So he's the head of Algorand Inc., but Algorand Labs is where his attention is. And there he is.
Blockchain is now. With Algorand, blockchain technology has reached maturity. Algorand makes it possible for the blockchain to finally deliver on its promises. With Algorand, blockchain is no longer for speculators or jumpers on the buzzword bandwagon. I have designed Algorand to give global innovators the fundamental confidence they need to effect change. Our blockchain is different. Algorand is secure, scalable, and decentralized, all at the same time. It was considered impossible. It was the famous trilemma. Well, we proved that trilemma was false. Fortunately, because we need all three properties. Would you like to have a blockchain that is not secure, or one that does not scale, or one that is not decentralized? Hell no.
Hell
Our
no.
blockchain makes no trade-off, no compromises. Other blockchains do. This is our foundational difference.
That's right.
Algorand blockchain is institutional grade.
Should I
It has solved the trilemma. It is operational 24/7 without even a single interruption. It does not fork, which is the key to ensure at each point in time who owns what.
should I just let this run?
It is
for the full
secure,
3 minutes?
it is cheap, and it is fast. Think of a
Also cheaper
transaction
by the
such
token.
as delivery versus payment. I have an asset that you want, and you have an asset, for example, money, that I want. And we want to exchange these two assets. This is the bread and butter of trade. This transaction on Algorand happens atomically. That is not via sequence of unilateral steps, but via the same single transaction.
All right.
This is true security.
This
This makes it impossible
some minutes
that I
more.
get what I want without you also getting what you want. It takes less than 4.5 seconds and costs less than a cent, no matter what assets are exchanged. With the birth of Algorand Labs in Rome,
In Rome.
in Europe,
In
we
Europe.
launch a new generation of blockchain applications, bringing breakthrough innovation opportunities across all industries and markets, creating new business models, and facilitating global scale human progress from Italy to Europe to the world. This happens today, not in some mythical future, without compromises and without barriers to mass adoption. Blockchain is the big bang in the evolution of institutions, community, businesses, and markets. With Algorand, the blockchain big bang is now.
I mean, it sounded almost like he said the blockchain big bag is now, and I know some of you have big bags of algo, but I mean, come on, you listen to that guy, you hear that Algorand Labs out of Rome, from Rome to Europe to the world. I got a little excited, folks. I'm not gonna lie, I get a little excited. This is why I'm here. Is this man right there? Look at him. Look at that smile, the cleft chin. We got the cleft chin. I got the ancestry. I mean, I need him. I need him. Let's keep on looking. Our products, look at this. This is like, they're not paying me to do this, folks. They actually, I don't even know if they like me. Okay. Our products, security, efficiency, and sustainability without compromises. Our mission is to create a new generation of blockchain applications. Yeah, that's great. Look at all those shapes and colors. Okay. So what he is proposing, and you guys can check this out if you want to go to algorandlabs.com. So it sounds like this is based out of Rome in Italy. And I have a feeling, folks, that I wonder if ink is going to survive. I wonder if ink is going to survive. There's been a mass exodus out of ink. And it sounds like they're moving headquarters to Europe. And wouldn't you, by the way, wouldn't you? Based on, oh, Gary. I mean, Gary's not doing a good job. And then did you see Gary, by the way, pivot recently where he was like, like crypto is just a $1 trillion global asset at the moment. Like we shouldn't be focused so much on it. And it's been like literally the only thing that he's really wanted to talk about for how long. And it sounds like he doesn't want to focus on it so much anymore because he keeps on losing in court. So I don't know. Some of that fear of the SEC and Algorand has started to dissipate a bit for me. And you heard me on the space that I did the other day And it does seem like there has been a complete renewal of people in the Algorand upper leadership at the foundation, at Inc. And obviously Labs is a new entity, of somewhat new entity. So it's starting to feel a little like maybe the maybe the tides are turning a bit. And what they're doing at Algorand Labs in Italy with the Bank of Italy is nothing short of remarkable. They're trying, I mean, Silvio is saying that basically blockchain and Algorand and the work that they're doing at the Bank of Italy could literally help the entire economy of Italy and create more liquid markets, easier things, with bonds and treasury bonds and all of the different stuff. So there is reason to be excited still about Algorand. All right. Okay. You guys get it. I mentioned this earlier. Well, I guess I'm on the Algorand kick. Let's go to where'd it go? That's all Paris stuff. That's the Cynthia Loomis stuff. Let's real quick. Let's go to Gowana. Well, we don't need to go to Gowana. Gowana said something about, he mentioned with the build a bull, like there seems to be like repetitive things that are being focused on at the build a bull. And he was like, there's some, actual infrastructure stuff that could really be focused on that would be cooler. And I got a link about what they are focusing on. I guess we can look at this. Oh, good. This looks better than what it looked like on my phone. Okay, so these are some of the things that are being. This is a grid view of some of the stuff at the Buildable that I'm actually looking at for pretty much the first time. Okay, use Goracle flight feeds to determine the delay for your scheduled flight. You may purchase insurance. Fully on-chain NFT art and mint. NFT minting using box storage to hold the SVG template layers for the art. An NFT platform that collaborates with college sports collectives, a trading card concept. Create a fantasy sports game. Trade finance platform. Interesting use of DID integration, Flex ID. Charity tracking platform. Allow organizations and individuals to create fully transparent charity drives. Create a white label voting as a service. Loyalty point system. A USDC on-ramp. Don't we have that? A natively built metaverse. A system that utilizes micropayments to create pay-as-you-scroll capability. A way for brands to reach out to holders of their NFTs, like notifications. Okay. Yeah, see, some of this stuff does feel redundant. ASA, NFT or NFT gated wallet functionality, an NFT ticketing platform for events. Why don't we have an NFT ticketing platform for events? A decentralized publishing platform, Medium-like articles, a decentralized social media platform, auto compounder, wrap. Okay, this is DeFi stuff. Permissionless borrowing and lending platform. Yeah, do that. All right. I mean, we don't need to go through all this shit. I mean, it doesn't seem so bad. I don't know. What do we need? What do you guys think that we absolutely need? Like his point is that there was like a bunch of redundant stuff and, they could be giving support to the actual builders. So a lot of the NFT stuff that could be giving support to the existing NFT marketplaces that I'm assuming, and, to create that kind of functionality rather than having a new team come out and try to do this stuff. I'm assuming that's what he's talking about. And then he mentions that there are other, more pressing issues. I mean, I would say, DeFly is already working on a web wallet. So I guess that isn't as pressing as a lot of you think. I think it's coming in Q1 of 2024, which surprisingly is not that far away. But is there things not on this list? You can find it at airtable.com and all that crap up there. Is there stuff not on this list that is more infrastructure, that like glaring infrastructure missing? What I find missing from the Algorand ecosystem as a user is We need a money market to compete with folks' finance. I find it a bit ridiculous that they're the only game in town. I don't like that, especially during these governance sign up periods where they're the only place to borrow algo and all of that stuff, and the rates are super high. You want to have somewhere else where you can use your algo as collateral, maybe, or use your collateral and borrow algo. So there's a competitive nature. So there's at least arbitrage, or you can figure out where you're going to get a better. There's competition. You guys get it. So we need that. That looked like it was on there, and we also need a web wallet for sure that can, that has ledger support, and people can use their Nano S Plus or whatever. Okay, but there we go. That's that. All right, so we're going to move on from that. And then there's this letter from Cynthia Loomis. Let's look at it. All right. When it comes to illicit finance, crypto is not the enemy. Bad actors are. I sent a letter asking the DOJ to finish its investigation and consider criminal charges against Binance and Tether after reports they served as intermediaries for Hamas and engaged in illicit activities. So, look, there is something that we all know right now, is that the DOJ has been investigating for a long time Binance and Tether. Okay. And it's a dark cloud over our industry, causing a ton of uncertainty. And in a lot of ways, I believe that uncertainty is a feature for probably the DOJ and certainly the SEC. That uncertainty, they don't want that uncertainty to go away, because once we get clarity, even enforcement actions against Binance and Tether, of course, drastic, draconian enforcement actions not even draconian enforcement actions, but enforcement actions that make Binance and Tether collapse because they are in fact Ponzi's, or they are in fact a house of cards like FTX was, then look, that's going to be a massive crash, but then we can at least move the fuck forward, right? I think that wouldn't be a terrible thing even. I mean, it would be a terrible thing because we would all lose tons of money, but at least there would be some sense of clarity. And I agree with her that there's reason to want this to speed up. Oh my God, I can't read that. That's sad. Boy, oh boy. Okay, we write to you. I'm not going to read it. I can't read it. Sorry. But I can read it better here, actually. I was hoping that it would show the whole thing. We write to you in the light. Okay, so basically, I read this. It's basically just like, hey, if you're going to do it, please, because this isn't crypto's fault. Anyways, and then I read Max Kaiser. We can look at he was over the top, linking her to Elizabeth Warren, and it's just like, so. I mean, I hate to use this word toxic, but if people think that the crypto industry is toxic, and then you go read Max Kaiser, Mr. Bitcoin Maxis, El Salvador's, on his knees for the president of El Salvador, lopping up the cum, Max Kaiser. He is, I mean, it's just, you're not going to take this industry seriously because they are clearly not the same. Cynthia Loomis and Elizabeth Warren. It's unfortunate, but that guy is who that guy is. So there you go. Okay. Well, look, guys, we're all in process here. Today was a bit half baked for me. I'm not baked, by the way. I'm not stoned. Let's look at CoinDesk real quick, see if anything else came down the pipe. Sam Bankman-Fried started buying Solana at 20 cents using Alameda profits, he says, at his trial. So he bought it at 20 cents, and he sure pumped that pretty damn well. Okay. Let's go back to the chat. Let's see what's going on with you guys there. And then we'll eat ass for Coop. Okay. That's not me. I did not say that for me. That was a Charles's opinion. All right, let's close this. Let's get back into here. So, all right, everybody. So we got Lord Beluga, and we have Michigan have one. I think we need less trees, to be honest. Yeah, Lord Beluga is the first thing he's going to do as the CMO of Algorand is chop down a bunch of trees. How about Gowana actually comes up with something then? Yeah, I mean, that's a fair criticism to be like, all right, buddy, like, what is it that you think is missing? And what exactly do you find to be redundant in those proposals? I just, I just went through them. There's certainly redundant things, but that doesn't mean that they're going to be funded, right? I mean, so I don't really know. I'm not super up on what's going on with the buildable, to be honest. I don't know at what stage they're in, but there seem to be things that on there that would be cool to be built. And like I said, I want a money market to compete with folks finance. And I want a web wallet that everybody can have a desktop experience, a good desktop experience. Is a wallet? I hear people tell me about a wallet. I know that a wallet is being used for Voy. Is that a solution? I don't know. I'm not somebody that knows, to be honest, but I know it exists. So you could use that, but it's not obviously supported on any of your apps. So we need somebody to like DeFi to create a web wallet, or somebody like MetaMask. We were hoping, but MetaMask, it doesn't seem like it's a real robust solution. And it sounds like you can use that to build a web wallet on top for Algorand if you need. But yeah, I mean, those are the two things that are glaring for me that are needed. I'm sure smarter people than I have better ideas. Okay. How about, yeah, there, we already read that. Ticketing. I like the ticketing. I think ticketing, you're right. I think the ticketing thing is good. Like, we should be building, I mean, ticketing in general. Like, can we kill Ticketmaster, for the love of God? I mean, Algorand obviously is a fantastic platform to have a great, robust ticketing. I'm using the word robust again. I apologize, but a ticketing platform. Like, why not? It's fast, it's secure. It's going to go through. I mean, it never is down. You're not going to show up to your, I don't know what, you're not going to show up to your new billionaire Taylor Swift concert with a ticket, and then Algorand's going to be down, and you paid $950 for the nosebleeds to see your favorite billionaire. That's, you can count on it. So Algorand would obviously be a great platform for ticketing. We need gold coin. Ludo is, oh yeah, there's Ludo is doing a gold coin where there is actual redemption that you can actually do. You can redeem and get gold shipped to you. And Ludo's in here right now talking about a wallet. And I was asking that question and he'd already answered it. A wallet has ledger support and it has support for multisig. Next gen shoes. Yeah. That was a terrible. That sucks. We've talked enough about it. Hackathon started on October 18th. Registration is open until the first submission date. Oh, so we have plenty of time. I didn't know that there was that little time. I thought there was less time. Fred from Goracle says ticketing is the future of NFT. I think that ticketing is the killer app of NFT for sure. Yeah. How many local venues could we get to use it is a key. I think Ticketmaster has deals with a lot of venues. I agree. That's the whole point. You have to get these venues to actually support it. And there's obviously a two-way street here, making it beneficial for Ticketmaster to be the thing. I mean, I went to a concert last year or this year on, I guess it was Valentine's Day. It was either her birthday or Valentine's Day. And the fees were so insane. Like, I paid $100 in fees for 2 tickets to a concert. It's like, that is not necessary. And then there was a mistake and I had to try to, or didn't come through the ticket. And then I had to try to get on the line with somebody at customer service. You couldn't get it. You couldn't get anybody. It's such a joke. Ticketing is a joke. Oculus should look at ticketing for their artists. Yeah, I mean, right? They could do cool shit with art on the tickets, and then tickets can become their NFTs. You can even do cool things where you could do an event. That would be cool. I mean, look, we should do an in real life event with a fully unique one. Every ticket is unique, and then they're collectible as well, and they get you into the event. I should organize an event. We should do that. All right. All right, you guys, let's do it. Let's see if anybody can get this. So, in the story of Devin, the KubeCoin dev that is on his way from his home in Los Angeles running. And by the way, you will get the first entry for Devin Diaries this weekend sometime. But the second entry will be out next week, and you will learn why in detail he is running from the SEC. And I think it's pretty fun. But anyways, okay. So he's running. So Coop Coin Dev Devin is running from his home from the SEC, and he's on his way to El Salvador to turn Bitcoin Beach into KubeCoin Beach. You guys know? And on his way in Mexico, he gets arrested. We talked about it. He fakes his own death, and he runs into a man, and the man tells him something in Spanish that he thinks means KubeCoin to the moon. But what in fact did what the man said in Spanish actually mean? It doesn't have to be exact. It just has to have the certain vibe. So Devin runs into a man in the forest on his way into Guatemala, and the Guatemalan man says something to him in Spanish, which Devin thinks means KubeCoin to the moon. So when he ends up at what turns out to be a strip club with the Sonora cartel, he does a bunch of cocaine and gets drunk, and he starts screaming this on the top of his lungs at this club with the Sonora cartel. There it is. Merchant wins. Yep. Mama me la verga. Cállate y mama me la verga, which means shut up and suck my dick. So in the story, what happens is Devin thinks that it's means KubeCoin to the moon, but and so he gets all excited and is telling everybody about KubeCoin. He thinks, but what he's actually doing is telling all the strippers and the Sonora cartel to shut up and suck his dick. All right. So congratulations. Couldn't be a better winner than Merchant, one of the meme. I mean, I no offense to all the other meme masters in the Algorand ecosystem, but I think Merchant has the crown, and I don't think I'd get a lot of pushback for that. The meme master of the Algorand community, Merchant. He wins the third X NFT. So congratulations to Michigan, to Beluga, and Merchant. You win an X NFT. I hope you'll turn that in and get a Koopa Troopa. And shout out Algomint and Gowana and the people behind it, as they're trying to support the community, and they are trying to create cool things where, things like X NFT that are neat, where they're blending DeFi and the NFT stuff. Sheck is the king, Charles says. I think that this is Sheck's alt. Charles's opinion is not fair. Merchant actually speaks Spanish. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for playing the game with me. Thank you for having some fun. I have a couple more XNFT that I'll be giving away. So we'll figure out other ways. It won't all be you have to have been paying very close attention to the Devin story that you'll win. There will be more random ways for you to win so you can participate in the XNFT cool things. So just a reminder, next week, starting on Wednesday, November 1st, the ReCoop will be going live weekdays daily again, tentatively 12:30 p.m. Eastern, so right afternoon on the East Coast. We'll be going live, doing the daily news, talking about the things, shooting the shit. Yeah. Merchant's not going to floor it. He won't floor it. Merchant is the GOAT. Sheck is hilarious too, by the way, and you guys know it. We all know it. All of you are. Beluga, Mort. It was Mort's idea, this color, sage green. I actually believe, what was this? This is sycamore tree or something. But I don't know. Do I look absurdly red, or does it look okay? It looks okay, right? I just need to decorate it. I need to have more, have something like here. There needs to be depth. Any input? You guys have any input on how I can make this look better? You like the color. Okay. Rumi likes the color. I think I like it too. And it's cool because it's a green. So in the event that I want to use it as a green screen, it should work as well. It's pretty evenly done. There's that, but that's okay. A palm tree. I do look red, right? That's the weirdest thing. Is it the color? Is it because of the color? Is that why I look red? Because I don't think I looked red like this when it was white. So I don't want that. I guess I just have to mess with the lighting a bit more. Maybe I need to turn this light down. I don't know. Looks good to me, he says. All right. May need to reduce the warmness. Go for cold tones in the settings. All right. It's the vodka. I do enjoy a vodka. I do enjoy a martini. But it's more likely if I'm red, it's probably tequila. I'm more of a tequila guy now because it gives me much. I mean, vodka is okay for the hangovers too. I haven't been drinking, but if I were, it would most likely be beer, red wine, which would definitely make my face red. I get like real kind of flush if I drink red wine, but I enjoy it. I really enjoy a glass of red wine. Yeah, vodka sometimes. That's like if I'm going out, like if I'm at a nice dinner at a steakhouse and I know there's going to be red wine and it's going to be good company and there's going to be big steaks and lots of food, I will start that meal with a martini, lightly dirty. Belvedere, I think, is usually what I go for. And then I'll enjoy some red wine and then maybe a scotch to finish or even like a grappa. You know what I mean? I enjoy like a nice meal with lots of booze and big steak and like a good vegetable. You know what I mean? So maybe I like some tuna, some raw tuna to start, some ahi. My mouth is watering. Or at home with a six pack, some IPA. I haven't been drinking. Can you tell? Because now I'm like, oh my God, the Warriors are on tonight. So maybe like an IPA, some food, some wings. What would I have with that? Some popcorn and wings and oh man. You like the squid. Charles's opinion is that he likes squid. I don't mind squid. I'm not crazy about the squid. You guys want to fight? Wouldn't mind a fan blowing your hair back as you talk, like just me. I'll grow my hair out and I'll just be like singing to you guys. What other booze? What do you guys like? Oh, you like a Mort likes a port. Mort likes a port. I'm okay with the port. I'm okay, like with a nice dessert and the port. I can definitely do it. But I'm more likely to after a meal enjoy like a scotch, um, or like I said, a grappa, like a nice grappa or a nonino or however you say that. Some one of those, a more like an Italian version, not the port though. But the ports are sweet. I mean, there's obviously what Tawny, isn't it? Tawny port that is the drier version. I don't know a lot about port, but I can enjoy that too. I had, now that I'm just talking to you guys, I'll never forget. I went to England a long time ago, and my ex's sister and her husband ran this hotel in Oxford. It was like this beautiful, small, quaint little hotel in Oxford. And in the basement, they had this beautiful table and they had this incredible kitchen. And it turned out that her husband was this like world class, he had just won cigar rum, specifically cigar rum pairing, and he had just won gold medal in like in Cuba or somewhere crazy. And it was supposed to be like a world award for the perfect rum cigar pairing. And like, his father-in-law was there, his Italian father-in-law was there, and we were there, I was there. And after this incredible dinner, it's the best dinner I've ever had in London. I've been to London a few times and I've had some good, you can go to fancy food, you can go to a high-end restaurant in London and they kill it. Now, go to a regular old place and buy a burger and it's the most disgusting thing you've ever had in your entire life. But fancy food and Indian food, in my experience, and of course, like some bar food, like fish and chips and stuff, is great. But I've joked in the past about how I don't think English food is any good because some of it grosses me out. But fancy food was fantastic. And this dude gave me a Guatemalan rum, which is probably in the back of my head and why, Devin's in the Guatemalan forest. But he gave me this like 1970 something Guatemalan rum, and he paired it with this cigar, which I don't even remember. It could have even been Dominican because, all these guys that know about cigars are like, yes, there are amazing Cuban cigars, but there are also amazing cigars other places. And the pairing of this cigar and that rum, I'm getting like goosebumps thinking about the experience of drinking that rum and smoking that cigar right now. And that's at least 12 years ago that happened. It was one of the coolest booze experiences I've ever had in my life. Next to that, it was at my senior, what did we call it? The senior dance or whatever. And I'll never forget, I went to the dance. Me and the girl that I went to the dance with got in an argument. I drank probably 25 shots of tequila. I ended up back at a party. I was dancing on my friend's parents' car. And then I passed out, I think, in a pool of vomit that night. So second best booze experience to that Guatemalan rum was my senior, not prom, that was a junior prom, senior dance, I guess. I don't even think that I did vomit that night. There has been times, but that was a fun night too, actually, because I was so mad and I just drank so much tequila and it was actually fun. And me and my friend's sister were dancing on their parents' car. My buddy was like, "Get the fuck off my parents' Mercedes, bro. What are you doing?" Anyway, sorry. There you go. Too much. All right, everybody. Have a good afternoon. Have fun. Today is Friday. Have a good day. You know what I mean? Party. Do your thing. I'll be in Anaheim watching my son play basketball all weekend, and I'm stoked for it. I hope you guys have a good day. Let's Coop Coin to the moon. It's all about the gains, and none of this is financial advice, and it's all a joke about KoopCoin for sure. But yeah, so redeem your XNFT, get a Koopa Troopa. There are lots of fun things in those things. What else? Support Goracle, Gora. Support Gora, support Exa, support Twine, and support Messina. If you ask me, they help me, they support me. So why the hell shouldn't I support them? That's the game. All right, everybody. I appreciate you. Have a good rest of your day and a fun weekend. Peace.